Rachael Ray double R, doing some double N's. Boop. What? Food that you can make so quick, it will free you up for more free time in your life. Over the top, crushing it. Oh my God, it smells fantastic. Boom! Nailed it! Hey guys, we're making Mexican food today. And I think of this cuisine as perfect for any time of year because it makes people think of just fun. Like they want to party, they want to have a margarita, they want to have a tequila. I love this dish. I have so many stories I can tell about it. We're making kind of a riff on a chile relleno. We're making a riff on a stuffed poblano pepper, but we're not gonna deep fry it or coat it in a bunch of batter or stuff. We're just taking roasted poblano peppers, we'll talk about this in a second, and we're gonna fill them with chips, cheese, pinto bean dip, more cheese and chips, and then serve it on up. So a poblano pepper. This is a mild to medium heat pepper. That's why it's so popular. This is not too hot. So once we roast it or char it, either on stovetop or under the broiler, we mellow it out even more. So once we take out the seeds of any type of chili pepper of any heat level, we lower their heat index. This is going to be really easy, not too over the top and flavorful. There's a difference between flavor and spice, and I try and explain this to people all the time. It's a nuance. Spice has nothing to do with heat. You can have a huge level of spice, all kinds of Indian food, Mexican food, Argentinian food, South American food. You can have a huge level of spice without a large level of heat. The two are not the same. When you say something is spicy, you can be referring to the number of spices you are using to make it fragrant or delicious. It does not have to mean, ooh, it's gonna burn my guts out. No, that's a totally different thing. Okay, so today we're making nachos in a poblano boat. This is a vegetarian recipe. It's not too spicy, very mild, soft on the palate. If you have a gas top burner, all you do is that. You throw them over burners and let them char on both sides. If you do not have the benefit of this, you do what I did this morning because I had so many. You take a large sheet pan and you pile as many as you can on there. I fit 8 on here. So what happens after we char the peppers is you put them in a bowl to cool. Put a lid on the bowl. We want them to sweat away the flesh, to sweat away from the charred skins. Then you pull off the charred skin, and then you pull out the seeds. Now, occasionally, the top's gonna fall out. The little stem top's gonna fall out. It looks cute when you present it later. Don't throw it in the garbage. Save it. So we're going to fake like this. Don't throw that away. We'll fake it out when we stuff these guys later. So we're going to take these beautiful charred peppers that we blacken all over. That's very important. You need to loosen the skin. We're gonna blacken them all over. Again, on the actual flame or under the broiler on high, with the rack 1 up from center. Center 1 up. We let them cool so you can handle them. I can handle them hot, but you shouldn't. Then we're going to gut them, basically, like a fish. You're gonna take out all the seeds and connective tissue, and again, save as many tops as you can. And we'll kind of make that magically come back together later. So we have our charred peppers here. They're cool to the touch. They're not cold. I didn't put them in the fridge. You don't want to get them sweaty. We just want them cool to the touch so we can manipulate them. Now we're going to work on the filling. What we're going to do is just heat up a little bit of oil, a little bit of olive oil. You can use any oil you like, but we're going to add a little bit of oil to a pan. And I have here 2 cans of pinto beans. Very, goes with anything, kind of a little black dress, but in this case, it would be a little tan dress. What we make bean dip out of all the time here, and what we add to Mexican or South American type soups and stews. So we have 2 cans of pinto beans, and I kept their starchy liquid because it will thicken up our dish. And we're going to puree this into kind of a chunky bean dip to go inside of all of our peppers. We're going to, again, as I said, layer the chips, cheese, beans, chips, cheese, yada, yada. So to get this going in the pan, boop, jalapeno peppers and onion. So when we're talking about any type of chili, any type of pepper, really, you gotta clean out the middle. In chili peppers, this is where the heat lives. So we pull that out and we cut back on that heat by a lot. And then we can just run our knife through. Always fingers curled under, guys, and basically make it into bean dip to put into our dish. I already have a little jalapeno in there, and the other half of the onion is already in there. The garlic, they have these little feet that can go on really hot pots, and I can just grate in the garlic. I don't even have to chop it. These are up to 500 degrees, so there you go. Done and done with that. So these guys now need flavor, right? So we're going to add coriander and cumin. Cumin. Oh, I love the smell of that. You know, I read in a magazine that they pump the fragrance of cumin into the casinos because it makes people lower their inhibitions and spend more money at the tables. I think that's a good place for a break. Okay, so we're moving along with our vegetarian nacho stuffed poblano peppers. Tray of nachos with chips and cheese bean dip, all stuffed inside peppers. That's all. So we have our cooled peppers. We can touch them. So now anybody can handle them, okay? Remember, even save the stems if you kind of mess up a little bit and it falls out, save the stem. Just take out the seeds and the ribs. You'll see how we stuff these all together. For our cheeses, this is Oaxacan cheese. That just means easy melting white cheese. Chihuahua, another easy melting white cheese from Mexico. Monterey Jack, great, fine. This is pepper jack, and this is cheddar. This is upstate New York, just straight up yellow cheddar. You can use any mixture of cheeses that you like, and once you get them shredded, mix them all together. For 8 large peppers, which is what we have here, you're going to need about 3 cups. 3 good cups packed. So you're gonna need a total of about 1.5 pounds of cheese, okay? Now, the salsa, let me just check on the beans. We're doing okay, but I think they're pretty close. I'm gonna turn them down to low until we can go grind them up. For the salsa, we're going to make pico de gallo, or the peck of the rooster, the peck of the, you know, you guys know what pico de gallo is. So we can make this traditional with plum tomatoes that are ripe. a little bit squish, not too much, not too firm, kind of in the middle there. We can make them with these tomatoes, or you can make them with tomatillos. People are very confused about tomatillos. These are not green tomatoes. Green tomatoes exist, but they are literally tomatoes. Tomatillo is related to gooseberries. They have a peel, a skin on them, and a sticky condition on their skin underneath that peel. When we use tomatillos, we give them a rinse to get the sticky off, right? So we are making a salsa. As I say all the time, whenever we start a salsa, a guacamole, or even slaw salads, we salt the onion, garlic, chilies also are fine, but we always salt and add acid, lime juice, lemon juice, vinegar. We salt, we put acid and salt on the base product in the bowl. Shallots, onions, chilies. We have this concoction waiting to marry with this guy, okay? We're going to add the base root of the sweat, chilies, onions, and lime or vinegar, boop, and mix them all together. So now we have our salsa. Toss it around. Okay, let's go on down over here. We have to make a sauce that we're gonna squeeze over the final product. We add a ripe avocado, threw it in with some Mexican crema, about a cup. It will cover up to 8 of those Poblanos, Pablano nachos, I should call them. Squeeze the lime in, 1 large or 2 small lime. A little bit of cilantro, always nice in anything. Little brightness, little handful of that. Doop. I have a funnel sitting over a squeeze bottle, so we can just top the food with our squishy bottle. And I have 2 extra avocados that happen to be nice and ripe because my mother, who's 90, likes avocado on her toast. Now we have avocado cream. It's a good time to take a break. Okay.
All right, and 3, 2, 1.
Okay, guys, so here's our filling. This is the pinto beans, the onions, the chili peppers, garlic, cumin, and the coriander, that starchy liquid from the beans. And then you add as much or as little hot sauce as you like. You can really adjust this dish. I mean, it obviously already has jalapenos in it, but remember, we took the ribs and the seeds out. And in any chili pepper, when we strip away that element, the insides, the ribs and the seeds, we make a much milder pepper. So now we're going to make our own refried beans without animal fat and super healthy. Puree it. I don't take it too far. I take it until it's fairly smooth with a couple of little pieces of texture still left in there, just like this. Size of my head, this bowl. So we're gonna start filling our peppers now. Now we're going to do the really exciting part. We're going to build the nachos rellenos. Is that the right way to say it? I think so. Basically, nacho stuffed vegetarian chili peppers that I'm making. Let's just put it that way. So we put inside each pepper that's split open, gutted, peeled. All I'm doing is putting a little bit of cheese, a layer of chips. I like a sturdy chip. These are the sturdiest I could find at my local market, But you should look for something that's kind of thick and tough, you know? Not the thinnest, more like the thickest, okay? And we stuff that in there, and I break them up a little bit because what I'm gonna do now, you want all this to fit inside a pepper. So I'm going to take, here we go. I was like, where did I put my spatula? We're gonna take our beans, our spicy beans, choo, choo, choo. And then we're going to take, well, more cheese. You guys have had nachos, right? So you get where I'm going here? And then we take more chips, a little more cheese, but not too much here because we're gonna top it with salsa when it comes out of the oven. And then we're gonna try and tuck in the blankie a little bit. Now, this won't work out to like completely wrap these guys, so don't worry about that. Just try and squish them together best you can. And let it all just hang in the oven a couple minutes until it gets really, holy God, I have to eat that kind of situation. And then when it comes out, guess what it gets? Our salsa! Choo, choo, choo! I'm gonna continue filling these and then we'll have the big finish right after this. Okay, so chips are always like your barrier to whatever's underneath it, okay? If I wanted to put fish under this, I could. We use the chip as like a, hey man, I'm gonna protect the rest of the nacho situation. So we have chip, we have a nacho situation. Our pinto bean, it's kind of like bean dip, but we left it a little crunchy, a little chunky. And we put cheese everywhere. The bottom layer of chip, bean dip situation, cheese, chips, repeat, repeat, okay? These are 2 repeats. This is 2 repeats on our hollowed out Poblanos. These are huge boats of flavor. Like a U-boat. Like they're coming in stealthy and they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. And we're gonna top them with our salsa. We made a tomatillo salsa. You can do this same thing, guys, of course, traditionally with tomatoes. But tomatillos are not tomatoes, remember that. They're related to gooseberries. It's all fruit. Tomatoes are a fruit. It was a very famous court case. It went all the way to the Supreme Court. Nix is what it was called, Nix. The Nix case went all the way to the Supreme Court to classify tomatoes as a vegetable instead of fruit. No matter what the case law is, a tomato is a fruit. It has seeds, it's a fruit. But this is delicious either way. Red onion, garlic, lime juice, salt, sweat, add your fruit of choice. Mix it up with cilantro. To add hot sauce or not is up to you. To add a little bit of cumin or coriander to it, up to you. But that's the basic device of the pico, the rooster. Oh yeah. Pretty good. So, which kind of spatula do you use to move these gorgeous nacho stuffed poblano peppers from one vessel to another? That's the carry right there. So I chose a large dish, but honestly, it doesn't make a difference. It's delicious and they're nachos. And if you have to reconstruct Frankenstein, do it. Who cares? See what I'm doing here? I'm fake reattaching the top of that pepper. All right, so guys, here we go. So we have our poblanos stuffed with vegetarian nachos. Our avocado cream comes next. I don't know, makes me 12 years old again. Shredded lettuce, radishes, scallions, pickled jalapeno, mild or hot, your choice. And then our salsa of choice, pico de gallo with tomatillos, which are not green tomatoes, or red tomato. In the middle, more avocado crema. Chicka chicka boom!